Hello, Divine Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine. I am your intuitive life coach. I have gotten what I'm going to do for my webinar. The only issue is you say, I hear a but. Yes, you do. The only issue is I'm trying to find a platform to be able to do it, because this is what I want to do. Maybe you can help me with the solutions. I want to do, Spirit says I want to do 4, but it keeps on pushing and saying I need to do 5. A 5-week webinar. But then at the same time, I want you to access it when you're able to. I don't want to pick a time and say, okay, 2 o'clock we having a webinar. And then you're like, well, 2 o'clock ain't good, but I sure don't want to miss the webinar. I'm trying to see how you could be able to upload that again at your own leisure. One idea was, I was like, well, maybe I could put the webinar thing series on like Vimeo, and then you all can like purchase it when you want to, and then you could watch it when you want to. I'm trying to see, or should I go ahead and do it live, and then also at the end do questions, the tarots, which I was going to do anyway, tarots. At the end, I wanted to help out for questions, like ask the cards what did they do for some individuals that are attending to. That is that, or not Vima, this live on YouTube. Or should I do Zoom, where I do an actual webinar, and then just at the, while you're on it, you already have, did your thing, paid for it, and then I go ahead and then I do readings for people who are on there. But it's going to be a 5-part series. I already got the title of Spirit brought to me. I was talking to Dad too in spirit. It's been like, because a lot of things been going on, but I got it. So there is to lead is to be divine. Okay, that's the name of the series. To lead is to be divine. Why did I come up with that? Because some of it has been inspired from Jupiter 1111. Some of it has been inspired by the class that I took. I told you that sucker, it was hard with that damn teacher. I got to email her and tell her thank you about that. And I told you, I said, sometimes them hard teachers, that's why with the divine masculine is the way he is, or the divine feminine is the way he is, because when you walk away changed, and you're able to do things. The leadership class that I have, Jupiter 1111 is always talking about you are the leader. Whoever watches this program is the lead, okay? I want to take it a step further and to really kind of say, okay, if we are the leader, learn how to be a leader, not just as in this journey, but you need to be a leader for just in the 3D, how to operate and how to be a leader of your own life. Because what you lead, and when you lead, you become divine. You're able to change some things. So it's some things that I definitely know I was in the classroom, and the kids were sitting out, was kind of helping me out. So I think I'm going to do the lead. It's going to be broken up into 2 parts with that. And I want you all to take a survey too about that, because I took a survey in my class, and it was very enlightening to see where my weak areas was in leading, which also transferred over into relationships. And I was like, oh wow, I see why he act the way he act, because I'm weak in that, so that's very helpful for you to see. So I want to do that. So it's leading. Next part will be, I don't know what the order I'm going to do, is finding higher love, because this is based upon books. I told you I was going to read books, and it's going to be based upon that. Next one is your habits, based upon doing that upon millionaire habits. That kind of the principles I see from me reading from that, helping you all to be wealthy and prosperous, because if you're able to do work of your abundance and manifest, that helps in every area. That helps you doing that helps off your divine masculine, your divine feminine, your counterpart. And then also about happiness, which is also a book that I'm reading from Reverend Derek Wells, and kind of take some snippets and things and just kind of veer off from that. But each webinar series is going to end with a tarot reading. I've been directed to say it's 44. So if I do it a la carte, like each one will be $11. I reduced it down $11 for each one of the part of the series that you're interested in doing. And then if you do the whole total package, that'd be 44. That just like that with the reading. I'm picking up now. They're saying like if you do the whole 44, you're guaranteed that I will do a reading, little quick reading for you. Just for you. So even if I do it live and I don't get to you, you guaranteed to get one. I'll send you a video, person myself, of that. If you do a 44 bonus thing, I hope I remember. Well, I'm gonna look at this again. 44 if you do the whole package, for $44 for a week, webinar. For that. So that's what I've been thinking of. This is something out here in the works. Last year I got chicken. How much? Became chicken shit on it. Excuse me, help me, Lord. On that one, I was coughing for real. That was a joke. But yeah, I did chicken out, and I was like, no, because this year I took off. I told Dad, God willing, that's his last. What's in red? That thing, willing. It must have been some orb. Right there. That's probably Dad. I asked him. That's his last thing that he gave to me was. I told him. I said, Dad, I did a lot for you, getting this business together. I've been humping, because it's been a year. It's been a year, getting him together and helping him fight right alongside with him. And I was like, I'm tired. I'd like to take the summer off because I've been to school and hustling, doing all that stuff. So if it's possible, can I take off? And that was his last thing. He said, I got you. Do what you got to do. So I thank God for that. So that's really giving me the ability for me to be able to, yes, he is a blessing. I hear somebody say, you was blessed. Yes, I was. And I am still. To have such a great dad. I seen him here. I'm not going to do no crying. I know you told me that, you said, because you made yourself sick. I have literally with that. But that part, I want to do this. I want to concentrate just spiritually helping you all out this summer. That is my objective, to do that. So I'm going to be on here more often than usual, because then my regular just about 1, 2, and 3. Whenever divinely I'm guided and I just come on down there, if it's 15 minutes daily, whatever, you're going to get the summer hit and push, especially what they're saying this is the end of galactic year and something's happening. I picked that up too on this channel, that July is going to be a doozy that's coming in. I'll probably do a reading on that one. It's going to be some major shakeups and some changes in July that's going to stem all the way, and said, until September. In September, you're going to reap the benefits of whatever you had sown from that point on. And then, from that point on, September to December, I said a while back, it was May hitting, and by that time, if you should be in union, some kind of way, if it's union with yourself, physical union with your divine masculine, this should be it. Because if you're kind of that, this should be it. That way, we're going to have some wholeness at the end of this. Not wholeness, wholeness. Why I hear somebody? It's always that one in the back that don't hear. Well, I didn't call nobody that. Wholeness. So you got wholeness. We're going to become whole by the end of this. And then next year, we start practicing in 2020. We really, like they say, 2020 vision is going to be clear. We're going to know where we stepping off and what we actually doing and what direction we actually going. Ain't going to be no, what, I'm still figuring out. Then, if you still thinking out, then you're in remediation class and on that one. But that's what we heading on. Okay, enough of me talking. Oh, that face oil, I'm just like, Daddy, all this oil. Oh, Daddy. Okay, all right then. So now, I say like Dad said, this child had called my name about 3-4 times today. More than 3-4. You undercover that part. Yeah, see, look at it wicked. But anyway, all right, let's do this. All right, so let's look into the energies for this week. And let's see what we got here. Let me take a little water. Drink this in the body of Christ. Okay, and I got to blow my nose. My sinuses. I'm going through ascension. 2. Please watch also. I'm going to put her down here. Patricia Mcnealy's. If I could work something out with her for my subscribers, because she more into that body stuff. Her and Jupiter 1111. I'm, like I said, intuitive. I go by what Spirit tell me. I message it out to you. What's directly told to me is from Spirit. Get into those finite tuning things. I don't try to profess to be there like a teacher. Like I tell my kids, no, Miss Book don't know everything. You know, that's it. But my thing is that at this point, I want to make sure that you're getting the stuff that you need, like the tools. So Patricia Mcnealy is very good with this moving of this body energy. She really truly understands that with you, that remember that when we're talking about energies, that we're not just talking about moving energies just in you, that you remember that you are connected. You're really two bodies in one, like a Twix bar. That's really you. And, ain't no breaking off of that and talk about that's, we both same things, Twix bars. And so she's got some things that she's supposed to be working on this weekend, I think, also. Some seminars, webinars too, that you could attend that's going to talk about them with getting rid of some of these things through the ascension and through your body as well. So try to take some time out to kind of look at hers, so, at her channel as well, because you got to do the total package, the whole thing. Can't just one thing and just the readings and then that's it. Clear. I definitely say that you got to figure out something else. I was guided this time to do Journey of Love. Spirit told me, and the angels, my guides and higher self and everybody, all angelic and higher energies and powers stated that. I call it the powers that be. The powers that be told me that they need to, I need to do this. So this week, the energies, the overarching theme is from the Journey of Love is Seed of the Heart. This is beautiful. Okay. Number 25. So we got our unity. We got change. 2 and 5 together is spiritual completion. Okay. Seed of the heart. Within each one of us is a divine seed of love waiting to blossom into fullness. We don't always know what type of blossom we shall be. However, and sometimes, if we try to figure it out in advance, the blossoming itself can cause us anxiety, pain, or fear, because it is taking us in an unknown, unexpected direction. We may even fear that the direction we are heading is away from our life path and purpose, as if that were even possible. The seed in the heart arises as guidance when we are unfolding in a new manifestation of the divine light within. It comes as an encouragement to trust, to surrender, to allow, and to be as open, unthinking, and ready for the unexpected as possible. A plant just needs the right conditions to grow healthy. And if you are ever seen a blade of grass pushing up through a crack in a pavement, then you'll know that when something is meant to grow to light, it will do so, even against the most apparently insurmountable odds. The oracle brings you guidance. The right conditions are being brought to you. The most perfect support for your own divine blossoming. Trust. Know that the seed in your heart knows how to grow and life supports it. It is also a sign that something in your relationship is sprouting. A new energy. Don't be afraid to try new ways of relating now, as your life energy supports it. When sky can imagine, the dark awake. In all light pervades, and bears the vast tranquil mystery, softly caressing the blue, bold birth. Okay, so right now, this week, we're on the cusp of something new coming, but I've seen in somebody else's reading that I was watching, was saying, That was Jupiter 1111 saying, don't ask about the how, because I jumped off. Because I think just in that moment, I was asking about how, about something. She said that. And I felt that was like, I told you, like my dad said, I told you, don't be asked about no how. Just concentrate on the outcome. And that's the same thing. I'll put them up. That's the same thing. I got the card out. That's the same thing that it is for the seed of the heart. Is to, I'll leave it out so I can keep that as my inspiration. So, the seed of the heart, something has been planted. We're getting ready to reap what we sowed, and we are ready to be able to blossom. But some of the conditions in which we have been under, like karmic situations, like we've seen with the DMs, I talked about that in the other video if you watched that. As long as it's also in Mines and Jupiter 11, this DM that's going around. For him, he was like, right now, out of all this stuff that's going on, and maybe this might be a tower moment that's about to get set up for him, we see these great things. This is about to give weight to be able to grow underneath all this situation, okay? All right, so now, with this being the seed of love, what is the objective for us? Clear. Seed of love. So what's the objective? I went right on out. Where have you found peace? Let go. So in order for that, again, let go of this. How is it going to happen? You know, that's going to disturb your own peace in your soul. So if you just go ahead and just like, I'm bringing in Dad again. If you just go on ahead and just go with the flow, then again, that's just it. It's going to happen. Some things, it's just not meant for you to know every little detail of it. Because if you do, let's be honest, you're going to get scared. You're going to question it. Oh, no, that can't happen. You mean he going to be released from the karma like that? Oh, hell, that ain't going to happen. Please, wild baby, wild horses and flying pigs ain't going to descend on this earth to let that happen. Then I can see the angels like in that one car, they be like, oh, no. See, I told y'all shouldn't have told her the plan. I told you should have told him the plan. See what now they happened? Now they done brought doubt in. Now that's going to block us. Any of that kind of low vibration stuff going to block us from doing anything. So, you know, that's what's going to happen. Clear. Let's see what we need to be asking. What shall we ask and it is given? Wow. But whose truth is the true truth? I like that. Okay, here we go. With enough attention to anything, the essence of what you have been giving thought to will eventually become a physical manifestation. And then as others give attention to it, they help it expand. In time, this manifestation, whether wanted or not, is called truth. Deliberate creation is about deliberately choosing those experiences you make your truths. And my dad is really here. Because all this stuff, I could just feel all his words of wisdom that he gives me, which is, he might be right here, this way. You over here. And he dimmed it. I know you're here. I almost feel like crying, but I won't because I got to get the reading out. His thing was, again, you can't have an opinion until you have all the facts. I'll move that around and say that you can't have the truth unless you got all of the facts. Things in life, you keep on thinking that something is a certain way and you keep on thinking over it, and like Jupiter 11:11 said, you go out there, your mind starts going out there thinking about thoughts and things to kind of get more thoughts. Before you know, you got an army of thoughts, and those army of thoughts go out there and make it happen. And they're like, okay, word, we got our marching orders, so now let's go on. So now you said it can't happen with him breaking free from the karma. Guess what? It can't happen. You used to go to a minister, and he used to always say that, you know, the universe will say, how did I do? And sometimes you be looking like, what the hell is that? That ain't what I asked for. And the universe say, oh, yes, you did. You asked for that. You said, no, I didn't. Well, okay, let's backtrack on something that you thought. Didn't when we told you that we was going to break him free from the karma? Yeah. And then what was your next thought? Oh, that ain't gonna happen. Hell, wild horses and flying pigs ain't gonna descend on this earth to make that happen. Oh, that's what you said. Oh, that. Oh, wait a second. That is what I said. Oh no. Yeah, we was listening. So we was like, cancel the order, Ted. Cancel the order, Archangel Michael. She don't want it. He said, Archangel like, she don't want it. We was getting ready to fly on down and descend on the earth and make it happen. What you mean she don't cancel it? She doubting now. Talk about we can't have no flying pigs and some about some wild horses or something like that. I don't know what she's talking about, but she whatever it is, we know she don't want it. And so then, like, so Archangel Michael said, okay, the only way it's going to happen if I get an override from the universe or the universe or the source tell me, forget what you just said. Say it's got to happen because the divine masculine got to get out this situation, regardless of how you feeling or whatever. He got to get out of it. So we're going to do override. Okay? See my other video. You should watch part 1. Then you know what I'm talking about. See, you jumped over part 2 and got all impatient. Go look at part 1 and then you see what I'm talking about, what the override means. Okay? That. So my thing is that, you know, we got to watch our thoughts in everything. And I'm just picking on the divine feminine. Divine masculine has done it too, but I'm going to kind of semi-lay off of that because the divine masculine been getting a lot of heat. And so I'm going to let him right now. He's vulnerable and sensitive on some things right now. And he's trying to heal and trying to amp up. And right now, divine feminines, I know, like somebody told me, say, you strong enough to take it. You know, some of them say, I'm trying to take it. You can use me example. I ain't got no problem with that because, you know, I had worse things done to me. I didn't deal with the karmic, you know, karmic situation of my own and the karmic situation from the divine master. You know, I'm like, bring it. What else you got to do? You know, I already detaching. So, you know, really, you know, from this situation. So what else you... What else? I could take it. So go on and talk about me because what you saying be 100%. Divine sunshine be 100%. You right. So my thing is that you got to get to this point. You got to watch your thoughts. You got to watch your thoughts. That goes for everybody collectively. Okay, let me go back to the old-fashioned method, which is working for me. Let's see what's happening with the divine feminine in her heart space. What's happening with the divine feminine in her mind space. I want to say I was about to say thought space. Let's flip it. What's happening in her mind space? What's happening in her heart space? What's happening with the divine masculine in his mind space? And what's happening in his heart space? Because I was about to say that. Okay. Body of Christ. Okay, so let's get some wow. Let's get some clarifiers. Here's my ones. Here's my little precious, my little babies. Thank you. Stepping high. That's all right. I'm gonna sing it. Move to the light. Move to the light. Stepping out. Move to the light. Move to the light. Stepping high, move to the light, move to the light, ooh, stepping high, All right, let me stop. What are you talking about? We still, hold on. For me saying, I don't sound no way like the daggone soundtrack. Get over yourself. All right, here we go. All right, for the divine feminine in her mind space, this is safe to love. Now, she's moving from the energies of it's safe to love, it's not safe to love, to it is safe to love. But she knows she got to clean up some stuff, okay, in the moment. She's standing on top of some rocks. To me, it seems like she got to get a more solid foundation than what she's in. The stars are trying to align. She looking like she's kicking up some dirt. Yeah, so, like really, the dust is flying around, as she's doing this. So she's got to pick up some stuff. See the divine masculine on this stag, which is very strong, it's showing some strength too, which is very male energy to me. Okay, so to me, it looked like it's some things in her thinking space that this divine feminine has got to get that thinking right. It's got to get a hold on. I know is to be true, because really she's already really there, as far as in the twin, of course, like we said, the divine feminine is the leader. That's why she's on this horse. The divine masculine is looking towards her to see, okay, what direction are we going, because I'm gonna meet you in the next town, but I got to fight. He's got this sword here to say I got to fight right now, a battle, but right now, just let me know. Just say hooty hoo wherever you at in the next town. Send me that shot, or send me the messenger pigeon that they used to do back then. The bird fly back to me, which would be spirit, getting a message saying, this is where I'm at. This is where I need you to get to in order that. So while she's doing that at this place, she's cleaning up some stuff. She's getting stronger in her thought process. She's kicking up dust and dirt. She's doing really this stuff, and getting these stars and things aligned as far as spiritually, okay? In her heart space, she has very soon clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Because right now you got the yang energy, which is again this divine masculine. So I'm really picking up almost just like what I had the energies that I just did with the axe Ruriel, which was to me was asking about having this balance in all areas. Go back to that ex Ruriel, because he was talking about how it had to be north is a certain way, like some area was stubbornness, and you had to get that together. And then there was another area, it was something else. I'm not going to misquote Ruriel, but it was a lot of different areas in your life. So you divided up by north, east, south, and west. Watch that video over again. And so in those different areas, this is where you got to clean up. You got to clean it up by this mind, because once you release that, that's going to help to create that. Remember, in order to get union, we've got to be balanced and whole. Okay, so in order for us to get, so we got to have some balance and union within ourselves, divine feminine. And so it said, in order for us, that we got to decide this very soon in our mind, and that mind is also going to help get this together in this heart. They work together. Next thing we have here is codependency. Now, you got some, I'm going to go back, and I told one of my clients this. I said, I always remember they used to have a joke where I think it was like Whitney Houston when she was on drugs, and they was like she not totally crackhead, but she just crackish, like she just tried this a little bit, but we know that she was. While they still like crack is whack. Well, you are pretty much almost in Whitney Houston mode, which is saying codependency is whack, but at the same time you didn't try it a little bit, just like Whitney Houston snorted a little bit of the crack. Stuff, crack, the cocaine, everything. She had it up in that weed. She's smoking some of them crack rocks in that weed on that stuff. So my thing is that you have experienced a little codependent-ish ways. And with that, you really has caused you to have a fork in the road, because you like, I'm at the point, I got to kind of get rid of this, and I can see that. is causing this fork in the road. And remember I said the monkey business, all this kind of this stuff, this tomfoolery going on about me being codependent on some things. Remember, it could be person, place, of things, bad habits, things that you can't get rid of, those things. Okay, those things like that. That's where you get this codependency from. Anything that you just overeat and, you know, depending on other people to do things for you, your money wise or whatever it is. So you know that with that, you getting a hold of it. You got the fork in the road, and you got a little bit more of a direction that you wanted to go than usual. You have milk and honey. With this, you got milk and honey. This is a thing in which you're trying to find the end of the rainbow. You know, what puts you at peace with this. I'm picking up also the rubber. It's like a promise, like a covenant too, to be able to be satisfied. At the end of the rainbow, you know you're going to be whole from doing this. The elephant, again, also to me represents nostalgic, looking towards the past, remembering things, and then also helping you to move forward and getting your milk and honey as well. So that's why you're saying this codependency things, like maybe in the past, you're looking towards that and seeing some things, like maybe you might have seen a point in time when you wasn't codependent ever. And so now, looking at this, it's like, oh, okay, you know what, I gotta kind of get back to that, okay? And then also, like I say, codependency, because you want to create this new life. You know, same thing like say, I'm coming out, I want the world to know, I got to let it show. Boom, 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 I'm coming out. Okay, so now, you doing that. So you like, I'm coming out, I'm breaking out my shell. I was a little kind of reserved about some things, a little shy about some things. I'm coming out my divine feminine, especially in my emotions. I put myself up on the pedestal. I don't need the divine masculine to do that for me. And I'm creating this new life because a lot of things are lining up for me spiritually. You got the twinkle of the stars. So whatever kind of hopes and promises and wishes and things like that, you got some really hopefulness for what's happening in the future. Okay. Also in your heart space, divine feminine, you have the wedding, which is a serious commitment, or actually even a marriage with the divine masculine as well. You're moving out the idea of not thinking about that to that. Also with this co-creating thing, I'm picking up from this, is just saying right now, it's like, yes, I know I am the co-creator, but right now I got to kind of get myself stronger as myself, as the divine. So I got to become wiser. I got to be able to run the distance, because cheaters can run the distance fast and long. It takes a while for them to get tired. I got to be able to walk this tightrope too. Very, very. And ain't they riding the tightrope today? The people who fell off the tight wire in New York. So I think about that, because sometimes I'm gonna take it from that things like tragedies might have happened, but you found yourself that say, I gotta get back on this thing. I got to ride this tight rope across here to the other side. I've been through it. I might have been knocked down, injuries, but I gotta prove myself that I can do this. Especially when you got this codependency issues as well, because you got an egg here again, still depending on as far as new world, but then also look at the things at the past and how foundationally you have built things and how it has sustained, and your foundation of thinking as well, or yeah, just your foundation, just things of the past. It could be even from childhood. Who's this? Because look like I see a mother and child. I never looked at this before. Like somebody working and the other one's holding on. This is bringing to my attention. So it looked like, to me, it's like a scroll, somebody writing something and they're holding something. And it's another person here. They're holding on to them. So yeah, looking at the past, maybe holding on to past beliefs that what you was as a child, something younger in the past, and how you building upon those beliefs play a part too. You got also, you've been doing a lot of thinking with this too. It's kind of making you. Now this time, most time when I see it, they look like they're weary, but look like to me, you're just kind of really like thinking and you got control of it. It's just like I keep on picking up the word like wonderment and in awe about some things. It's just like just in serenity. But you know, sometimes you just be thinking and kind of daydreaming, but it's not like a worry, like a heavy thinking. It's just like, you know, I'm just thinking, just pondering. It's like, what you thinking about? Oh, nothing, just thinking. Just thinking. You know, not that's the kind of attitude I have about this whole thing. So it's not of a worry sense about this marriage thing. It's just like a more so of a thing that you just kind of like thinking about this serious commitment. So I could go back to this card and say and bring that back to that cold thing, looking at things in the past about what maybe have transpired between you and the divine masculine. Again, looking at maybe how you look at marriage from a childhood perspective when you were younger, how that sets your foundation about how in your heart space about what you want this great commitment to happen, becoming wise about it. Scared, like I said, there are people walking the tightrope and say, okay, I gotta get up here again, but this time I'm gonna be wiser with the things that I'm gonna do with this divine master, and that's what I'm picking up. And then you're feeling like mending. So really at this point, I'll say the divine feminine's emotional self, body, and the divine masculine emotional self or body. Also, you all feel like it's a connection. We both want to win this. We both want to win this race. And we've got to find a way through our connection to help mend ourselves. So this can truly happen where we do have this serious commitment. Okay. Next thing we have here is retreat. In your heart space, you probably say, I want to kind of get away from everything for a moment and just get with myself, just kind of think, get with my analytical self and get with my emotional self and kind of really see where I'm going, disconnect for the world without all this extra distractions in the 3D. Because I want to kind of get into it so I can discover where I am. I want to go about it real slowly because we got a sea turtle here, which is over the emotion. Water is emotions. And so it's just like I want to really kind of just float on it, take my time on it, unravel and do some self-discovery about some things, look at some hopes and dreams about what I've had for myself. So that's why I kind of want to kind of get out of the 3D kind of connection, you know, for a while there. This is because beforehand I had not been able to breathe. Now this can go a fork in the road with this one. Some of you all might say doing this is going to help me to breathe, or some of you all say this is going to help me to be able to reach and to exhale, okay, by getting away from some of this stuff. Because some of it's like I really have been in this 3D kind of situation and I have not been able to really breathe, okay. Next thing you want to say is to be fair, because I really want to take out and just kind of weigh the pros and cons about some things. I want to look at how things came to me, fortunately, maybe serendipitously. Sometimes I see this fortune cookie remind me of this thing where it's like, not for you card, like look at things that's really not for me, and then look at this other person thing which is giving me like a new. Yeah, look like it said nope. Nope on this side, and the egg, which is a new beginning. So what things is not for me, which is not promising, and what things over here that's going to give me a new beginning. The owl is appearing again with this. Now I did see in one reading, I did say that this with this owl, I would say you got to get wiser, but then again, this owl represents the divine masculine as well, because the owl is always a symbolism of thinking or analytical thinking, which is really what the divine masculine is. So whatever you're doing to weigh the pros and cons, please remember that also that the divine masculine there, and he looks like, to me, he's like really here on your intuition, like you were really right here, the crown chakra, which is where you connect with your divine masculine and you send messages anyway through this, is really saying, I'm here, you know, I'm helping you make the decisions to say, okay, let's really pro and con this. So while you're doing this, your divine masculine is still going to be there in spirit, and you're going to be telepathically being able to give him that information. And right now you're doing this again so that you can make the fates, if the fates allow. So right here, from now on, high travelers will be out of sight. Okay, so now when you're doing this is what I call the fates allow. If the fates allow. So you really position yourself to kind of move energetically, all that energy in a certain way, and you're manipulating it and moving it in a way that you want it to go, which is up higher to another level, to ascend. And so by you doing this reconnecting and retreating, or the retreat could also be, I mean, that's a new thing on the channel, could also be a way of saying I want to detach too. Okay, so I might take that as retreat means detach. I want to detach from what's going on, so I can really gotta get a thing on that. So I like that. I like that they just brought that to me. Say it means to detach. Okay, divine mass, you had two. So now with the divine masculine, you have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. This right here again, the divine masculine is thinking about things in his life that's really not serving his purpose. It could be the karmic person, it could be a karmic situation, person, place, a thing that he's saying right now. And this week, I'm really thinking about getting stuff that just really don't serve any higher good. It's not giving me serving me, my highest good in this situation. So this is what it is, because he's looking for some things that exchange gifts. I forgot what Jupiter left. She said something about this card, but for me, it's like an even exchange of. For me, it's like it's just a nice, surge of energy, exchange of energy. To me, like the infinity sign, what I give to you and it comes back to me. That kind of flow of energy. This is not happening. Now, to me, it looks like he's saying this is happening because this person here, whoever it is, or this situation, has done a little dance. It look real pretty, look elegant. They've been on their tippy toes and twirling and jeting and leaping and all this stuff and on releve and all these things. And you got this cat here, which to me is it's kind of playful. This is what I'm picking up. That no matter what happens, that this kind of energy with this situation, it keeps on landing on his feet. It's like, you throw it like a cat. Like they say, literally, you throw a cat, and no matter what kind of position this cat is going to land. It's like I didn't learn in this kind of situation how to kind of become the cat and land on my feet regardless. But it's not like a situation like who wants to just kind of bend and manipulate, kind of bend themselves and make it work, because you just that flexible. I just think about like when I was teaching, and I remember I was kind of pretty much bounced around at the beginning to a lot of classrooms. And I thought about this principal, and this principal was telling me, like, I like you because, no matter where I put you, you saw. I mean, the scores look good. Even if because I was once even an art teacher and music teacher, which is I love. Then I became the language arts teacher. Then I never was math because that wasn't my forte, so don't try that. Language arts, reading. I have begun to now, but anyway, reading teacher, 6th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. And she was putting me everywhere. She's like, she said, but I just feel like you like a cat. Wherever I put you, and you pretty much adapt. So in some ways it's like it's okay. I could be like a cat, but this ain't home. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting a square peg in a round, putting a round peg in a square hole. It's like, yeah, it fit, but that ain't really how it's supposed to go. This is what I'm picking up, and that's what he's saying. My unrequited love makes me feel like this cat. I could do it, but this ain't it. Okay, this is what I'm picking up. Also in his mind space is separation that was in reverse. Now this means he's moving from the energies of this, like, maybe, I was like the cat. Maybe I could kind of make it work. And now I'm at the point of saying, no, come on, let's get real. I am a round peg in a square hole. This ain't gonna work. I'm making it work. It ain't gonna work, and so then he's like saying now at this point, I'm gonna stop this round and round. It's time for it. This to me always remind me of a 9, which means the end of a cycle. I see the center of me. I'm trying to really get to the center of me. It's time for me to let this go. Okay. Next thing, in his heart space, you got religious factors. So spiritually, he feels like, you know, the divine crown is now descending on him like Miss America. We ain't got no Steve Harvey gonna come out the woodwork talk about, nah, I'm sorry, I thought you was the divine masculine, but you actually the karmic for 2019. I'm sorry. And you know, we ain't have no Steve Harvey moment. So you're getting really close, divine masculine, where the moment is that you really are supposed to wear this crown or divinity for as divine. You have won the crown to be for divine masculine in 2019 and beyond. You are at this point now in your heart space, you feel it, and you know that you really want to get to the point that you want to go the distance. You want to run the race with agility, skill, and not get weary, because this cheetahs could do run for long distances, you know, until when they do get to the point that they get to their prey, they is tired. They are tired. I seen that in the video. I said, what? Say they so tired. They had one time, there's another lion or something that was getting was coming. It was not no lion. It was some animal. And I said, you let them get that daggone piece of meat. And they was like in the video, they say, here's the cheetah. He is tired. He is unable to battle the I don't know what it was, but no hippo. One thing is hippo. It's some kind of animal, and they came up. I don't know, it's a hyena or something. I don't know, whatever the animal is. And then you can see the cheetah like, just go on, take it. I'm tired. Just go take it. Take the damn. Oh Lord, there go my dear. Oh God, but I can't fight. It's either me or them, and it's more of them. Just take it. I can't do it. Take it. Take it, Jesus. There go my lunch, Jesus. Oh God. And I ran all them miles. Oh God, but I'm tired. I ain't got no fight in me. I ain't got no backup. So that same thing is saying that you want to be able to run the race in the distance, and when you do get to that point that you tired, that you actually have the divine feminine at your side, you say, I'm at home, you can rest, you can collapse into her, and she stroke your little head and stuff. Because like I like to stroke my masculine little head. I just find every little reason to stroke his head. I'm like, your head's out of place right here. You're like, what? I was like, right here. You're like, I said, I'm just trying to find an excuse to touch your head. That's all. And so he like, anyway, so that same thing. So you can stroke his little head and rub it and say, you did a good job. While you collapse into your little thing, to your little chest, into your lap, and doing that. So that's the same thing like that. So you want him to get to that, but he can't collapse yet because we ain't at the end of the race. This week we have Express Your Love. Go ahead and make the romantic justice. This is in your heart space, divine masculine. Seem like you are moving. You still want to? No, I say that. I heard you. Thank you for correcting me. Say no. Say it's gonna be some chaos and conflict going around, but you still through it all want to still express your love, and you pretty much came to the point that you saying, I gotta like I said, trying to run the distance. You still gotta express it regardless. You know, you seen in the past that don't work to say, okay, now I'ma stop, do 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 do, stop, do 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 do, wanna stop your love. I hear Luther saying, do 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 do. Luther Vandross song. It'll come to me. If not, I put it on the thing. That that stop your love don't work. That don't work at all. That remind me of just real quick. I know this is over time. Remind me of time I was with the Divine Master that I was talking about how he is to me when we're driving. I said I feel like it's like Aretha Franklin. We're gonna ride on the freeway of a love, and we can't stop that. When you're doing that, in the pink Cadillac, and doing that thing, I said I feel like we in the pink Cadillac some kind of way. You driving, I got the wind going, I'm happy. The scarf is blowing all in the wind, and you just hit the brakes, say stop, get out the car, leave me, and then go in another car to drive off with Karmic or whatever, your buddies, and just say, I'm gone. I don't know what is situation. And I'm like, I'm be done. When we just driving, what the hell happened? That's the same way I feel like this. He's knowing now that type of way of doing things is not going to work. Where you stopping and going and stopping and going, that works the divine feminine's nerves, and that's not going to get you anywhere. Got to be forward movement and process. So again, you're trying to right now, you're trying to regenerate some things. You're trying to regenerate things within yourself. And you're trying to regenerate some things with this divine feminine as well. Because some things have been dead. You know that. You've seen all the channels. If you divine master that has watched this, or even if you not that in divine feminine, you watching this, you know several times you told them deuces. You doing like Alice for males dying and talk about you kiss my grits. You know, you done said all that to him. You ain't trying to give him no time today. So he's trying to regenerate some things within himself and on the outside. He knows that it's time to go. Why he wants to express his love, because he knows where he's at. It's time for him to go. He wants to follow where his emotions is going. You want to follow divine masculine where your divine feminine's going. You also feel like it's time for me to express my love. Is like me coming to the edge. I want to do what my divine feminine's doing, because I see whatever she's doing, it look like it's successful. Okay, so this is what you want to do. You want to see how she look like she's found her bliss. She's laying petals of rose petals all over the place, and this, you know, just freely like yeah la 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 la, and this or whatever, just doing that. And so you want to do the same thing. You say, well, she don't look like nothing around. She ain't scared to fall. You know, here I am scared to express my love, and she don't have a problem. I want to do the same thing she doing. For the week you have here is make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So this is in your heart space. You really want to do it, but you know, in some ways, some of you all might say, "I'll be met like this." Like she's like, yeah, you know. But at the same time, she's like, you know, I don't know really how to feel. I feel a little awkward, but he looked like he really all into me. But at the same time, I'm jumping up for joy inside. He just don't know. I am doing a whole bunch of cartwheels and jumping jacks and flips and everything within. But I'm trying to sit on the outside. I'm very composed, like, oh, this is nice. But inside, if he could really see me, he'd feel that I am really doing somersaults in there. You know that also that you need to do that. Start doing that, because time is of the essence. It's the time. Like Marissa Tomei and my cousin Vic, my biological clock is ticking. It's time for you to kind of go ahead and do that, because we know it is getting very close to whatever this galactic July is going to bring to us. Like I said, it's time for these unions to start kind of happening as well. So those are some things that you kind of keep in mind. Also about that is that, you know, time is ticking, and you know it's time. You done been at this long enough on this situation. Okay, let's look at what are some clear. Tell me what kind of events that's going to happen for the divine feminine, and what's the events that's going to happen for the divine masculine. Okay, we just going to read through this. Okay, this is going to be a long one, because I